In this video, I'm gonna show you how you can model this fire hydrant in Blender. And of course, you can download the entire project in our Gumroad page. The link is in the description. So let's add a cylinder with 32 vertices, and I'm gonna put the radius to 25 and the depth on 150, and I'm gonna put nothing for the cap. All right. And then I'm going to go to edit mode and I'm gonna add 5 loop cuts like so. And why I'm gonna add 5? Because I'm going to add a big nozzle here, and to the side smaller one, and here at the top of the hydrant, and here is the bottom, and here I have a reference image. So I think this section's going to work for me. So to continue, you need to add the loop tools. So go to add-on and search for loop tools and just install this and just turn this on. And next thing I'm going to do is adding 2 edge loops at the top and the bottom. So I'm going to select the middle one and Ctrl B for bevel, and this is for supporting the edges because this is a cylinder and you can easily lose your curvature. So let's go closer, and I'm going to select these faces, right click, loop tools, and circle. And you need to turn off the flatten, because if you turn this on, you get this almost flat circle. So I'm going to turn this off. Then I'm going to turn on the radius and hold shift and put this down like so. And I'm going to delete these faces because I don't need that. And I'm going to select these vertices, both sides, and I'm going to put the snapping on vertex like so, and move this down, lock the Z axis, and hold Control and hover your mouse over this vertex to snap here. And I'm going to do the same thing here like so. And the next thing I'm going to do is moving these top vertices down because it's going to change the shape of the cylinder. So that's why I'm going to move this down to support this side. Let's move this down, and I'm going to hold Control and deselect these and move this down a little like so. And I'm going to continue doing the same thing. And also the next thing I'm going to do is deleting these edges because we don't need that. And also I'm going to select these two and press M and merge at last like so. And we can do the same thing here, Shift R to do the same, and select these edges and dissolve. And also you can symmetrize top to the bottom. So I'm going to select all and go to mesh, symmetrize, and put the direction Z to -C. And the next thing I'm going to do is selecting these edges and extruding to X-axis and flatten to X-axis as well. So how you can flatten this, I'm going to scale through X and press 0 and hit enter. That's how you can flatten a shape. So I'm going to put this here. If I add the subdivision surface, so I'm going to go to object mode and select my object and press Ctrl and 2. And here is the subdivision surface. You can turn off the edit mode. So if you go to edit mode, it's not going to show you your modifier. We can add an edge loop here. If you want to, you can press E for even distribution like this. But we are going to continue and add something down here. So the thing is, if you go closer and here at the top nozzle and the middle one, you can see something like this, which we are going to add. So let's go to our model. I'm going to move this up. This is another support edge, and maybe from here it's enough, or maybe a little up. All right. And then I'm going to select these edges and press Ctrl B to add a bevel like so. All right. And then I'm going to select these edges and press E and extrude through X-axis a little like so. So I'm going to select these and delete. And then I'm going to select these faces and extrude down. But before that, you can turn on auto merge vertices. If you put a vertex on another vertex like so, it's gonna automatically merge these two together. So I'm gonna select these faces and extrude down once, hold Control and snap here, and twice like so. So as you can see here, we have merged vertices. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is adding another edge loop and put it here. And I'm going to select these two and press J to join them together. And also we are going to select these edges. Then we are going to bevel this. So press Ctrl B for bevel. And so here we have something wrong here. Let's see the face orientation. It's okay. Let's see here. All right, here we have some faces which we need to delete. All right, so let's again do the same thing, selecting these edges. Okay, cool. And then Ctrl B for bevel something around here. So here from the bevel options, I'm going to turn up the shape all the way up to 1, and then I'm going to put the meter outer to arc, something like so. And then we need to press K for knife tool, and we're going to join these vertices together. So a lot of you guys ask me about why I'm doing certain moves and where you should start. Well, let me share something that really helped me on my journey. Last year, I participated in a game asset bootcamp where I learned how to create game assets and import them into Unreal Engine. People really liked my result, but they had no idea how hard it was for me to find the right course. I spent hours scrolling through endless courses, trying to figure out which one actually helped me achieve my goal. Some were too basic and others were too advanced. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare has something called Learning Path, which is perfect if you want to focus on a specific skill. For example, if you want to design a 3D video game in Unreal Engine, you can take structured classes, follow a guided learning experience, and by the end, you'll have the skill to create your own game. And of course, a lot of classes related to Blender. And yes, a learning path for Blender as well. For those of you who don't know, Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives, offering thousands of classes in design, animation, film, illustration, and more. Whether you're a beginner exploring new skills or an experienced artist refining your craft, there's something for everyone. So if you're serious about learning and want to start your own journey, I highly recommend joining Skillshare. The first 500 people to use my link in the description will receive a 1 month free trial of Skillshare. Get started today. Let's continue our fire hydrant. Also, the next thing we are going to do is we can select these edges and move this up a little like this, and maybe we can merge these like so, and maybe we can delete these edges. And we got something like this. Also, we can go here and here. I think we are cool. We can either leave this like so or go to edit mode and press K for knife and do like this, and then deleting these edges. And I'm going to do another extrusion like so. Okay, we are done here, and we need to add a hole here, and let's make this one. So to do that, we are going to select these vertices and move this down, and also these, and move this at the middle, something like this. And then we are going to select these faces for two sides. I'm going to do an inset and right click loop tools and circle, and you probably got this weird shape circle because you need to turn off the radius, or you can turn on the radius and make the radius down like so. And if you want to, you can rotate this, or you can change the angle from here. I'm gonna put this on 0 and rotate this by pressing R, and yeah, and I think it's a little big, so we can put the transform pivot point to individual origin and scale this down like so. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do, you can right click loop tools and bridge to get this hole, and you can select these two edges and press Ctrl B for bevel. I think we are done here, and we can continue to the other side. which is this one. So obviously we lost the partitions we made at the start of this video, so it's okay. We know how we can continue this. So I'm gonna put this down here. I think from here we can make that the second nozzle. So let's see. Yeah, I think this is a perfect spot. And let's go to the side view, and here I'm going to add another bubble, 2 segments bubble, and then let's move this up a little, and then I'm going to add 2 edge loops, one at the top and one at the bottom. And let's do that, one here and another one here. These 2 edge loops I'm going to add just for protecting the top and the bottom faces, because these 3 edges are for creating the circle. So let's continue. I'm going to show you how, and I'm going to select these faces and right click, loop tools, and circle, and I'm going to turn on the radius, and I'm going to move this up something like this. I think this is a little big, so make this a little smaller, like so. All right, I'm going to do the same thing we did here. So select these and delete the faces, and also I'm going to delete these edges, and then I'm going to select these vertices and move this up. So the next thing, we are going to make the cap from here. So as you can see here, we have 8 part that goes inside the model. So let's continue. I'm going to go to edit mode, and I'm going to select these edges and press Shift D to make a copy. Right click and then press P and selection to separate this from the model. Tab out to object mode and then select this one and move this out a little. And then go to edit mode, select all, and press E and extrude through x-axis, like so. All right, and then press F and then press I for inset. And then I just turn on the statistic. You can go to overlay and turn on from here. And as you can see here, we have 24 vertices, and here we have 8 parts that we need to extrude inside. All right, so now we need to separate 3 parts. And I'm gonna make one section and then copy the rest of the model. So let's do this. I'm gonna select these faces and then press Ctrl I and then delete these faces, like so. Then I'm going to add an edge loop here, also one here, and then select these and then right click, extrude faces along normal, and I'm gonna go inside. And then we can go here and press I for an inset, like so. And then also we can add an edge loop here, and we get something like this. We can increase the subdivision surface, and I think that's pretty cool. You can select these and move this back a little. Now we need to copy the model. So the origin of this model is here at the center of this circular shape. So we need to continue with this pivot point. You can put the pivot point to 3D cursor if your 3D cursor is at the center of that circular shape. You can select your model, make a copy by pressing Shift D, and then press R for rotation. And I'm gonna put this on 45 and hit enter. All right, and then press Shift R to repeat your operation. And then I'm gonna select all, and then press Ctrl J to make this as one object. And then go to edit mode and press 1A, select all, and then press M and merge by distance. All right, so I'm gonna merging the overlapping vertices. So here is our model. It's not exactly the same thing, but I think it's close. And yeah, all right, and I'm going to select this one, this edge, and then press F to fill this. Do another inset. Let's put this on boundary box center and scale this like so. And I'm going to extrude this. And then do this another time. And then select these faces and extrude faces along normal, something like this. And we need to add 2 edge loops here and 2 here, like so. And also we can scale this down, which these are supporting the edges. Also we can do another one here. You don't need that actually, but I'm gonna add this. All right, and then we have this shape. So I'm gonna add a cylinder with 5 vertices. All right, then I'm going to rotate this and put this here, scale this down, and scale this through x-axis and apply the scale. And I'm gonna select this one and go to modifier and add the boolean, and then select this new cylinder. And then I'm gonna apply this. All right, and then I'm gonna delete this, which we don't need that. And I'm gonna turn off the subdivision surface. Next, go to edit mode, and I'm going to join these together like so. And then we need to join these vertices to this new shape. So here we have 4 vertices. So I'm gonna press Ctrl R here, and I'm gonna add 4 cuts like so. And then I'm going to delete these faces, only faces, and then select this edge and press F to fill that like so. And I'm going to do the same thing to the other parts. All right, now I'm gonna select these edges and I'm gonna extrude this like so. And then press F to fill this, and then I for inset, and I again, and press M and add center. Also, I'm gonna select these edges and press Ctrl B for 2 segments bevel like so, and then turn on the subdivision surface and also another one here. All right, something like this. Let's see the reference. I think that's close enough. And I'm going to select this again here. We are going to move this here and do an edge loop here and select these faces. Right click, extrude faces along normal like so. All right, and then I'm going to add 2 edge loops here, and then scale this down. You can select this and right click, set the origin to geometry, and then scale this down like so, and move this here. Also for this one, I'm going to select these edges, and I'm going to press E and right click, and then scale this down like so, and then add an edge loop. Also, I'm going to press slash to isolate this, and then select these and extrude this out a little. And also we can copy this and move this here. So how we can do this, I'm gonna select this one, go to edit mode and select these edge loop and then press Shift S and cursor to select it. So it's going to put the cursor here, then select this, press Shift D, make a copy, and then press Shift S, selection to cursor, like so, and then rotate this 90 degree, and then scale this down. But it's a bit different, so this one is longer, this side. So I'm going to go to edit mode, and I'm going to select these vertices and move this out, like so. You can also add an edge loop here to make it sharper. All right. And if you want to, you can do another one here as well, like so. And also I'm going to select this one and do the same thing here. So press E, right click, scale, and then scale this twice through the y-axis. All right. Also, we can select these edges and then press Ctrl B for a bevel to make it sharper. But here we have a problem. Even you can do some edge loop here as well to make it sharper, and I think that's enough. Or even you can select these edges and move it closer to the edge to make it sharper. Also, this pole here is not a good solution, so we need to move this out from the edge. So let's go back, and I'm going to select these edges and then press Ctrl B for a bevel. Just before that, delete this one as well. So I'm going to select these, press Ctrl B for moving this pole out from the edge. All right. And I think this one is better. We have a triangle here, but I think in the shading, we don't have any shading error. So I'm going to continue with this. Also, let's copy this to the other side. So I'm going to select this one first, and let's isolate and go to wireframe, select all, and go to mesh, symmetrize, and press -Y to Y to get something like this. Right, and you can delete this one. And here we go. Also, for the other one, which is this, first I'm gonna extrude this a little because I think in the reference it's a little longer. And I'm going to make a copy from this side to the other side so we can use the mirror modifier. So I'm gonna select this and go to modifier, and here I'm gonna search for mirror. I'm gonna select this one, and then select the picker, and then select this object as the mirror object, and then put the axis on Y, and then I'm going to apply this. So the next thing I'm going to do is creating this top part. So I'm going to select this and go to edit mode, select all, and move this down here like so, and press E to extrude this up a little. And I'm going to do another extrusion like so, and then select these faces and right click, extrude faces along normal, and then do some edge loops and select these and another extrusion along normal, and then again select these edges and do a bevel like this, and do another extrusion from your faces. I'm gonna select these edges and do an extrusion like so, and then I'm going to select these and do a bevel for 2 segments and around here. And also I think we can move this out a little more. So to do that, I'm going to hold Alt and click here, holding Shift to select all together, and then press Alt S to scale this up a little along the normal. Also we can select these and do the same thing. All right, now we need to make it like a curve shape, and for that we need more edges here. So I'm going to make this taller like so, and then I'm going to add more edges because we need these edges for the curvature. And we are going to select these. I'm going to scale this, but we need to turn on the proportional editing. So I'm going to turn this on and I'm going to put this on the sharp. So here I'm going to scale this. So when you press S and scroll your mouse, you can change the size of this. And I'm going to put this here. And I think this size is okay. All right, something like this. And then we need to select these edges. Okay. So you can select two and then skip two and then select other two like so. Okay, and then I'm going to right click and extrude faces along normal like this, and here we go. And actually we can move this up a little. All right, and the top section is like this part of the cap. So I'm gonna copy this. Like so, then go to edit mode. I'm going to select these and then press Ctrl plus from your numpad. And I'm going to continue selecting this through here, maybe continue from here, and then press Ctrl I and delete the faces like this. And then go to edit mode and then select these and move this up, and then also select this one and then move this up a little. Also, let's make this bolts. So I'm going to add a cylinder with 6 vertices and put N-gon for the cap and scale this down. Let's apply the scale, go to edit mode and do a bevel like so. And also you can do subdivision surface maybe for 1 level. And then I'm gonna press Alt D this time. But before that, I'm going to put the transform pivot point to 3D cursor. And then select this one, press Alt D and press R for rotation and 45 and press Shift R to repeat the operation. So the Alt D is for inherit the changes from the original one. So I'm going to select this one. And if I do a change, all going to change. Let's select these. So do the same thing. So Alt D and put this one here as well. So I'm doing this because maybe we need to change this in the future. So for example, if I go to edit mode, select all and scale down, let's put this on boundary box. So I'm going to change all this together like so. Also, we are going to copy this part to the bottom. But before that, I'm going to make this section. So to make this part, I'm going to add some edge loops here. Maybe this is enough. And then I'm going to make this 4 row of faces and then copy like we did before. So I'm going to select these two because we have a curve like so. I'm going to select these two and loop tools and circle. And let's do down here because we need a gap between these two sections. So I'm going to select this to protect the top part from the bottom. Okay, so let's delete these and make another one. All right, like so. And then select these, right click, loop tool, circle. And I'm going to scale this circle down a little. Maybe here is okay. And then we are going to delete these faces and also these. And then I'm going to select these two and press F to fill. Select these faces and extrude along normal inside. And we got something like this. And also, as you can see, we have a little curve, which we don't want that. We need to this line straight. So add some edge loops like this to make it straight. Also for this curvature, as you can see here, we have a extrusion like this, but the reference is like so. All right, so to achieve that, we need to select these faces and scale this down, but we need to put this on boundary box. So I scale this down. This outer part is a little sharper. We need to make it sharp. So here we need to add an edge loop maybe from here. So we need to make a copy. Also, we need to delete this part and then select these and put this on 3D cursor, Shift D, R, Z, and 45. And press Shift R to achieve that. Now let's copy the top part to the bottom. So let's select these faces and then press Shift D and put it here. You can press G to Z axis and hold Control and snap it here like so. And maybe we need to merge some vertices. No, we don't need that. We have some extra edges here, which I selected accidentally. So I'm going to select these and delete. Also, we need to copy these bolts to the bottom. So again, Alt D and move it here. And for making this section, we need to move this down a little. And I forgot to make a gap between these two sections. So here we lost the straighten of this lines. So I need to select all and then press Ctrl P to separate this from the original model and select this and move this down a little like so, and then go here and then select all and then do an extrusion. All right, and then I'm going to merge these two together by pressing Ctrl J, and then here we go, we can select these two and maybe we can select this and move this up and join here, and we can add another edge loop like so. Also here, I'm not sure why it is up there. So we need to select these and move this down. So now we need to make the chains. So for the chain, first I'm going to add a curve, a circle, and go to edit mode and move this one down, scale this down, and select these two and right click subdivide, and also these two again subdivide, and scale this down as well and move this up. Right, then we can go to data, object data properties, and then go to geometry, go to bevel depths and increase the depths, something like this, and then move this around here. Even you can select this one, select these vertices and move this out if you want to, and then select this one, this curve, and increase the depth and make it thicker. And then we are going to make the chain. So I'm going to add a terrace, put this one on 8 and this on 12 and make it smaller. Select these two and do a bevel for one segment. You can select these vertices and move this like so. You can add an edge loop here as well. And if you think this is a little thin, you can go to edit mode, select all and press Alt S to make it a little thicker, like so. And then I'm gonna press Ctrl 1 for one level subdivision surface, maybe 2, with the origin to geometry. You can use the physics rigid body, but we're not going to use that in this tutorial and make it more realistic. So I'm gonna do it like so. And then I'm going to copy this and move it for this one. And then I'm going to select this one and increasing the resolution. I'm going to put this on 24 and also this one as well. And then select both and then right click, convert to mesh. Then select these and press Ctrl J to join them together. And I'm going to select this one. Again, use the mirror. And the modeling for this fire hydrant is done. And then I just unwrap the model. I'm not going to cover unwrapping process in this tutorial, but the project is available in our Gumroad page. You can download and study the project. So this is not a hard unwrapping process. Added material for the body. Actually, for the whole body, I add one material, and for chains, I added another material. And export this as FVX and then import this into Substance Painter. And in the Substance Painter, I did nothing special. You can go to Bake and I put this on the 4K and use low poly mesh as high poly mesh and anti-aliasing to 16. Check these textures and then bake your selected textures. And then go back here. As I mentioned, you have two layers because you added two material. So the body and the chain. So for the body, I just used a steel painted worn. Find this in Smart Materials, which is this one, and you can click and drag this on your model. And for the chain, I use a steel stained. This one, you can drag this and put this here. And that's it, nothing special. You can go to File, Export Textures, and define your output directory, and I'm going to put this on Blender Principal BSDF and PNG, and your size I'm going to put this on 4K and then hit export. And then you need to go back to Blender, go to shading, and here you need to turn on the node wrangler from your preferences, add on, search for node wrangler and check this. Then select your object. For example, here I'm going to do this again. So I'm going to select this one, add a new material, and then press Ctrl Shift T, and then select the textures, the body, select all and import. The thing I did here was, let's see, put the scale for the displacement to 0.1. So this is, I think, too much. I'm going to put this on 0.1, and I think this one is better. And then for the scene setup, the camera setting is, the focal length is on 100. Here is my light at the top, and another one. This is my key light, and this is my rim light from the back, and this is the fill light. And then you can hit F12 or go to render and render image. And also for the compositing, I just added the glare. And that's it for this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.